Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Shea Marie. Today I'll be doing my July TBR. So before I get started, if you are new to this channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe down below as well as hit the notification bell. But I'm excited to dive into all the books that I've been reading for July because June so far has been, it's not been a good month, guys. So let's just move on straight to the books I'll be reading for July. The first book, as always, will be my book club pick, and we are going to be reading A Nearly Normal Family by M.T. Edwardson. All I know is that this is a mystery thriller, and it says a father's faith, a daughter's loyalty, and a mother's ethics, the shocking murder accusation that tests a nearly normal family. It's supposed to be a psychological thriller, so I'm excited to dive into this one. I don't really want to know too much, so I'm not going to like read more of the synopsis here. I want to go into it kind of blind, but I'm very excited because I've heard really good things about this book in general, so definitely kind of wait to read this ASAP. And then of course I have my usual TBR jar over here, so I will be picking 6 prompts and I'll be picking books to match each prompt, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this will be good because I do have a fresh batch of 36 prompts basically, so 6 out of the next 6 months, so 36 total. I'll be picking 6 today. The first one's going to be, let's see, set in the fall. So I literally just did this and I can't read my own handwriting. So I have to read a book that's set in the fall. Damn, this is the one book that I was like hoping to pick up in the fall, because I do have a few like seasonal prompts kind of ish on here, and I was hoping that this one was going to be for the fall one, but currently not. I'm reading something set in the fall for July, so let me look for something and I'll be right back. So for this prompt set in the fall, I'm gonna go with The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. This book, I don't know if it's actually set in the fall, but because like it gives me such fall vibes, I'm going to count it as such. All I know is that it's 2 timelines, one in 1977 and the other one in 2017, where it follows a true crime blogger where she, you know, goes and interviews women acquitted of 2 cold case slayings, and that's all I know. But she's one of my favorite thriller authors out there, so I'm really excited for this book. Definitely gives me like spooky fall vibes, and honestly I'm kind of here for that in July, so definitely excited for this one. All right, moving on to prompt number 2, and that will be, let's see, recently published. Okay, so I didn't want to do one that was like 2022 or 2021. I want to do one that's like actually recently published, so like within the past few months. So let me look for one. I do have a lot for sure, so I'll be right back. For my recently published prompt, I'm gonna go with Gallant by V.E. Schwab. I know most people have read this already because it just came out in like March, but I still have not read it yet, so I'm excited for this one. I have the Illumicrate edition, I believe. I don't know, but it's really freaking pretty. I love it. It's super stunning, but I've heard mixed reviews. That being said though, I'm still really freaking curious to see if I will personally like it or not, so I'm excited to pick up this book. I have no idea what this book is about. It says over here, 16-year-old Olivia Pryor is missing 3 things: a mother, a father, and a voice. Her mother vanished all at once, her father by degrees, and her voice is a thing she never had to start with. Her only companions are the ghouls she sees in her mother's journal, which captured a mind in turmoil. So I don't know, we'll see how this goes, but like I said, I've heard mixed reviews, but I'm still really intrigued by this book. All right, moving on to prompt number 3. Let's see. POC representation. Okay, definitely have a lot here as well, so I will look and let you know. For my POC representation prompt, I'm gonna go with She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. I've heard so many stunning things about this book that I'm really freaking excited. All I know says over here, Mulan meets the Song of Achilles in a bold, queer, and lyrical reimagining of the rise of the founding emperor of the Ming Dynasty, and it's a new voice in literary fantasy. I don't read a lot of literary anything, so we'll see how this goes. It could either be a huge hit or a huge miss, because literary books for me personally goes one or the other. It's never like middle of the road for me. It's either like I absolutely love it or I absolutely hate it. So I'm really hoping that I will absolutely love it, but we'll see how this one goes. But I'm very excited for this one. Prompt number 4, let's go. All right. This is mental health. Okay, I feel like I don't really read a lot of books dealing with mental health for the most part, so definitely need to look for one, and I'll be right back. All right, this prompt for mental health, I'm actually really freaking excited because I've been trying to read this book. Like, I got this book a few months ago. I think I did a book haul on it. It was in one of my book hauls recently, and I just been dying to read this book, and that is Darius the Great Deserves Better by Adib Khorram. I really enjoyed the first book. It was so endearing. Like, I went into it with like no expectations really. I just heard good things, but because I went into it with like no expectations, I was so freaking pleasantly surprised by how amazing it was, from the characters to the messages, just to like the plot. Everything was so well done that I am really excited to continue on with the series. And honestly, the book didn't even need a series, but I'm really curious to find out like what happens next with Darius, because right now it seems like he kind of has everything he wants, but then things change, and so now he's just figuring out what to do next. But he's still best friends with his friend from the first book, Sohrab, and now he has a first boyfriend, so you know, that's great. But yeah, I'm really curious to see like what has happened since the first book and now the second book, so very excited for this one. All right, moving on to prompt number 5. That is bookshelf generator. Okay, so as always, this means that I will be picking up 2 numbers from my phone. One will be generating the number of shelves I have, and the other number will be deciding which book to read. So let's see. All right, so I have my phone over here, and I have numbers 1 to 34. Let me generate a random number here. Bookshelf number 9. Okay, you can see that over there. And basically that is shelf, oh, it's this shelf right here. So let's go, I think there's like 20 books on here, maybe 11. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Alrighty, so which means I'll be reading this book over here, which is Sisters of the Snake by Serena and Sasha Nanua. It's basically a lost princess, a desperate switch, a destiny that will shake the world. It says, a princess never falters, they think, they act to succeed. I will play Ria with all the might I have. I practice a grin that does not waver, one fit for a princess and a thief. It's supposed to be an enthralling debut. It lures readers into a dark and twisted world of intoxicating magic, star-crossed sisters, and heart-pounding romance. I'm excited for it. I haven't heard too much about this book in general, but I have a really pretty cover, like a copy. I want to say it's from Owlcrate, but honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Either Owlcrate or Fairy Loot. Oh, Owlcrate. Yeah, so I have this gorgeous cover copy here with this stunning pages. So anyways, I'm very excited to dive into this one, but this will be my pick for this prompt. And moving on to my last and final prompt, and that will be, hopefully it's a good one and not something that will kill me. Let's go. Hybrid genre. Okay, so this is basically means that some books are 2 different genres. For example, fantasy romance, sci-fi fantasy, historical thriller, things like that. So I definitely have a few on my list, so I will look through my shelves and I'll be right back. All right, the last and final book I have on here for my hybrid genre prompt, I'm gonna go with King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett St. Clair. This is a book that I've been trying to read for a while now. All I know is that the fantasy romance, heavily focused on both. It's about vampires, and there's a lot of romance in here. I don't know if there's smut per se. I want to say there is, but I've heard really good things about this book in general, so I'm very excited for it. But yeah, I've been trying to like as soon as I was looking around what book to read, like the first book that popped up was this one, and I was like, wait, I have to kind of read this book because It has been on my list for so freaking long. It's been calling my name, so I'm very excited for this one. So anyways, these are the 7 books I will be reading this month. I have my 6 from the prompts, and then I have my book club picked down here. Honestly, I feel like I have a really good stack this time because these are all books I'm really excited for. I don't know, I feel like recently I've just been more of a reading slump per se, so I've been more of a mood reader. I still read books based off my TBR, but I feel like it's just taken me a little bit longer. So these books right now seem like they're perfectly on my TBR, except for She Who Became the Sun. I feel like that one's, like I said already, it's gonna be a hit or miss because it's literary. The rest though, I feel like will be freaking amazing, and I'm really excited for all of them. So anyways, these are the books that I'll be reading for July. Let me know down below which books are you reading for July. How has your reading been for June? I know by the time this video goes out, it's either like end of June, beginning July, so it'll probably be over already. But let me know how you guys have been doing. What are you guys reading for this month? Have you read any of the books that I am picking up this month or planning to pick up this month? It doesn't always go as planned, but as always, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really does help on my channel, and if you like to see more content of me, please don't forget to subscribe down below, as well as hit the notification bell. And as always, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.